everybody. Welcome back to Wind Down Wednesday. It's me, Janelle. What I want to talk to you about is the word no. Learning to embrace the word no, learning how to say the word no, and not being upset when someone says no. Okay, something happened today. I was at Bed Bath & Beyond, and in an enclosed building, we don't want to spend too much time in it because of COVID. And the man behind me, there was a lady and her husband behind him, and she had her mask on, below her nose, right? So I looked at her and I pulled my mask up like this, like, hello, and she kind of begrudgingly pulled it up. And I turned around and the guy kind of like rolled his eyes and I rolled my eyes. A few seconds later, she starts to cough like hysterically. And I turn around and look and she's taken her mask off and coughing her germs out into the atmosphere. And I looked at her and I said, put your mask back on. And she said, you expect me to cough into my mask? Yeah, that's exactly what I expect you to flip and do. The mask is there for a reason. Wear the damn mask. We're inside. We're not outside. Put your mask on. I couldn't believe it. I was like shocked. And I said to the guy behind me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. But he goes, no, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you said something to her. And it's like this woman was so entitled. No one ever told her what to do. I swear to God. Anyway, so no, I told her, no, you can't do that. And I felt good about it because it's my health I'm protecting, okay? But from the time we're born, no is one of the first words we learn as a baby. And as a child, no follows everywhere. No, you can't do that. You're not old enough. No, you can't go here. No, you can't play out late tonight. No, you can't wear that. You're not old enough to wear that. Blah, blah, blah. One long life lesson of no's. I remember thinking I was the ultimate negotiator. When I was 16, I was 15, and I wanted to go to a party. My friend Felicity Adams was going to a party, and so I wanted to go, and we weren't allowed to go to parties until we were 16. So I said to my dad, Dad, Felicity's mom said, because she's been a responsible babysitter for the last 2 years, that she's at 15, she feels she's old enough to go to a party. She trusts her. My dad goes, well, good for Felicity. And I said, so I'm responsible. Do you think that I can go to the party with Felicity? And my dad's like, no. I'm like, why not? Don't you trust me? He's like, of course I trust you. You're a good kid. And I'm like, well, why can't I go? And he's like, the rule in this house is you go to parties when you're 16 years old. And that's it. Well, I start doing I want to go to the party. The fake crying and everything. And my dad looked at me and goes, if you keep it up, instead of 16, it's going to be 17. I never won any battles as a child. And as it turns out, life continued to be one big misadventure of no. No, you can't go to that college. I'm sorry. No, the restaurant is full. We can't accommodate you. Swipe left. No, I don't want to date you. No. But I kind of started thinking about it. Maybe no is a good thing. Maybe if you look at life, maybe no is protecting us from things that we shouldn't be doing or people we shouldn't be associating with. Let's take men or relationships. Someone breaks up with you. They're basically saying, no, I don't want to be with you. Or they cheat on you. They're saying, no, I don't respect you. Or, whatever. They're saying, no, I want to divorce you. No. And you cry, you feel miserable, and 2-3 months of misery, you're crying, whatever. You feel like a loser. All these things go through your head. I want you to look back, go through Facebook and stalk all your ex-boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever, and look at them now and say to yourself, could I picture myself with this person? I would bet 99.9% of the time your answer is going to be no. You're going to look at that picture and go, oh my God, I slept with that? I cried over that? Sometimes hearing the word no is a blessing. It's just opening up another portal for you to enter and meet someone who's right for you. If someone doesn't want to be with you, you shouldn't want to be with them. Same thing in a work environment. If you're working in an environment where you're surrounded by toxic people or you're not being respected right, anything you try to accomplish and they're not letting you accomplish your goals and even succeed in your job, they're basically telling you no, I don't value you as an employee or a colleague or whatever. You need to find a new job. And then the minute you do and you're in a healthier work environment, I bet the last thing you're going to think about is those losers who didn't respect you. And friends are another source of irritation, right? So I used to be extremely conciliatory, and I had a hard time saying no to anybody. And one day, I'd be like, Janelle, do you want to go to this restaurant? And I look at the menu and go, God, in my head, I think it's kind of expensive, but I'd be afraid to say no. Or can I come spend the weekend with you? And I was like, oh, okay. But I really didn't want to. I always said yes, even when it made me uncomfortable. And finally, one day something snapped at me and I was like, I don't want to be this person anymore. So I started putting up barriers and saying no to people. And no, you can't do this. No, I don't want to go there. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry, my bra strap is slipping down. It's so uncomfortable. No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do that. And I lost some of my friends. But you know who I found? I found myself. And I look back at pictures of friends that I'm no longer that friendly with or I don't have in my life anymore. And they mostly were people who were rather toxic. And I was almost afraid to say no because they would get mad or they'd be irritable. And who needs that crap? Life is too short. So the moral of the story is that, you know what, sometimes no is a good thing. If someone tells you no or breaks up with you, that's like saying no, or something doesn't work out. I remember one time I had this job, I coveted this job, I got on 10 interviews, I was working for a big producer. And along the way I interviewed with another job that I wasn't so excited about, but I ended up getting it. And I'm like, well, I'll take it until this other job turns out. What ended up happening? The recession hit. 10 years, 11 years ago, whatever that was. And I was in this job. Luckily, it got me through the recession. The other job, that company folded and there would have not been a job. So sometimes when you think you're not getting something you want, the universe is just protecting you and bringing you something better. So that's the moral of my little story today. It's okay to hear the word no. It's okay to say no because you're standing up for yourself. And on that note, okay. So back in the day, castles had moats, drawbridges, and curtain walls for a reason. You had to cross the moat via the drawbridge and bypass a large wall to enter the castle. If the drawbridge wasn't down, and if you weren't Spider-Man, then good luck Chuck to you, you weren't getting in it. Castles had impenetrable boundaries for their protection and privacy, and so should you. Number 2, saying no to things you don't want to do saves you not only from wasting your time on something you don't want to do, it also saves you from wasting your hard-earned money. And I don't know about you, but this girl works hard for her money, and I have too much to do to waste my time doing something I don't want to do. And lastly, people will respect you more when you respect yourself. If you value you over everybody else, you become a force to be reckoned with and not a barrier to break down. So on that note, don't be afraid to say no and make sure your bra strap fits nice before you start filming something because it's completely uncomfortable and it slips down your shoulders. Anyway, happy Wind Down Wednesday. Be the best you can be and cheers. No! Just kidding. Don't be afraid to say no. Bye. Talk to you next time.